3 minutes. If you do it once a week, 3 minutes is fine. If you do it, if you're on vacation, say you miss 2 weeks, do it for 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
So anytime you move this handle, the pump has to be off. Now, you still are introducing air into the system when you turn that pump off by being on backwash. So you got to do it fairly quick, otherwise you have to shut the handles, okay? Now, I'll do it fairly quick.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to hit stop. I'm going to go around the rinse. You can hear the air going in there. Speed 3, start. Kicks the pump back on.
So you went to rinse?
Now we're rinsing. That rinses any of the pipes inside there, the head, anything that's got debris left in it from stirring that sand up, okay? So now we're rinsing the head. You do that for 30 seconds to a minute. Now if you backwash for 5 minutes, you're going to do it for a minute. If you did 3 minutes, you're going to do it 30 seconds, okay? Should be clean. Now we're going to hit stop again. And then we're going to go to filter. Okay, filter is the normal setting. You're airlock now. You can't lose prime. Alright, so if you sit there on filter, it's no big deal. What you're hearing is just the backwash line self-leveling. Now we're good to go. Okay, we're back on filter. We're going to hit speed 3, start for now. Once we go back into auto here, okay, once you get the pump started back up, you're going to come in here, you're going to hit the mode button twice. The first one's timeout, second one's back to auto.
Okay.
You always want to be in auto because that's the schedule for that pump.
Right.
Okay?
But if I want to shut off everything completely, I go to timeout?
You can go to timeout, correct.
Yeah.
But timeout's a 3-hour,
And then it will back
and then
to
it kicks back to
auto.
auto.
Okay.
Okay, so if you do timeout, it only kicks off for 3 hours.
Right.
Now you can hear auto, it just kicked the pump down because I don't think it's 8 o'clock yet.
Yeah. Okay.
So we got 7 minutes or
Okay.
9 minutes till it kick back up. Okay, now we've emptied the pump basket, we've cleaned that sand. The last thing you have to do over here once a week is just look at this cell, okay? You want to make sure that the salt level is good, a solid green light is good, a flashing green light means you have high salt. It says it all right there, okay? A flashing, see right now it just went into calibration mode. If you ever see that, it's calibrating, it's trying to find the salt level, okay? If you have a flashing red light like that, that means the system's still producing chlorine, but you need to add a bag of salt because you're getting low. Okay? If you see a solid red light, it means you're really low, add 2 bags of salt. Cold water, system off, means if the water temperature is under 52 degrees. The cell cannot produce chlorine. Okay? The cell light, green is good. Green is going to be on only when it's producing chlorine. So you may only see it on 3 or 4 times a day. Okay? Flow, that means there's water movement going through here. If we were to turn the pump off, the flow would go red. Okay? The sanitizer output is the amount of output we're putting into the pool as far as chlorine. Alright, so basically, if you just want to take a quick glance and see that the salt level's good, you can do it from here. Or you can control everything from here. Okay? This is the easier way. You're actually enabled through here, so a quick glance just to see it's good. You don't need to check your chlorine or your salt level. Okay? So we're gonna hit menu. Now we're gonna get an accurate reading. So we hit menu. This is our first display. We're gonna go to up to 1 to diagnostics. Hit select. Go down to chlorinator. Hit select. Gives us our salt reading. Okay. Now ideal is 3,400. We're at 2,950, so you're starting to get low. Okay, it still says okay, no errors. The low won't come on till 28. Okay, so you should be good through this week. All right, next week when we do the maintenance, we'll probably have to add 1 bag of salt.
Okay.
Okay, depending on the amount of rain or fresh water you add to
Right.
it. Alright, so right now we're still in the good range.
And you said we need to decrease the chlorine, right?
Correct. Alright, so first we check the salt. Okay, salt level's good. I menu back out. Main screen. So to adjust the chlorine level, you'd go menu, down to settings, select it, down to IntelliChlor. Okay, if you ever forget what it's called, it says on the side of there. Select it. Now page 1, pool mode is 60%. Okay, so we're going to hit select to get down to 60% flashing, and then we're going to turn it down. Okay, I'm going to turn it down to 45%. Okay, so we decreased it by 15%. Alright, now to save it, you just hit menu back. Okay?
Okay.
If you want to check it, you can go back into it. It saved it at 45%.
Yeah, and after 3 days, I will recheck the
Yep.
testing kit,
Yep.
and it should be better.
Yep. It'll come down. If it's not down enough, go ahead and take it down a couple more percent. Okay? And then generally you're going to shock your pool once a week. If you have ideal chlorine, you still want to shock the pool once a week to kill off any bacteria in that water, okay? So in order to shock the pool, you see where the 1 of 2's flashing at the top? You're going to hit the up arrow and go to the second page. You're going to hit select to go off flashing. You're going to turn it on, okay? Then you're going to hit select again to go to the run hours. And you're going to take that down to 12. You only need to shock for 12 hours each day, okay? And then you would hit menu back. And then right now we're producing 100% chlorine for 12 hours, which is shocking the pool, okay? I'm going to turn it off because our chlorine level's high. We don't need to shock the pool, okay? There's no
But
bacteria
I do the shocking
growing.
once a week?
Once a week.
Okay, and where's the chlorine stored?
That cell inside there has fins, and it actually takes salt and produces it into chlorine. Once it's done with the chlorine, it goes back to salt, okay?
Okay.
The only time you lose salt is if we get a lot of rain. When you backwash and add fresh water, you dilute the salt. Does that make sense? So you never lose salt by producing chlorine, okay? You only lose it by adding fresh water.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to go back in and turn off the shocking because our chlorine level is high enough that it doesn't need to be shocked. It didn't stay on. Hold on, let's try that again. Maybe I hit the off button. I want to make sure it stays on. Menu back. Now let's check it. It's still saying off. When is yours going to off? Hold on now, there's a glitch somewhere. Let me see if it goes to 100%. It's at 100%, all 4 lights, so it's on. Why it's saying off, I don't know. Let's go back down to IntelliChlor. Let's turn it off, 0 run hours. See if it goes back down to, it should go to 40% now. It normally takes about 30 seconds for it to read to each other. Yep, see it went back, it went down to 40%. So it stopped shocking, okay?
Okay.
There could be a glitch in your board. It's still reading right, alright? When you turn it on, just make sure that it goes up to 100%. And then it'll work for 12 hours, and then it automatically shuts off.
Okay.
Alright? I've never seen one do that, honestly. That's strange. Now, the pool, this is supposed to be your water temperature. It says it's 255 degrees, which is telling me your water temperature sensor is bad, okay? So we can purchase a new water temperature sensor if you want. They're $60, alright?
What's the point of that?
There's no point. Just if you want to know what the water temperature is, the second temperature is what your heater temperature is. So if your heater was working, you could set your heater temperature through here. Okay? Air temperature outside 60 degrees right now. Alright? So that's basically all you do through here is check your salt level by going to diagnostics and then down to chlorinator. Okay? And then you basically adjust your salt level.
Right.
By going to settings IntelliChlor, and then adjusting your salt level. You always hit select to get down to what you want, and then up
Right.
and down changes it. Menu saves it.
Right.
Okay?
And if my chlorine is low, I go up on the percentage?
Yes.
Okay.
Now you're gonna be, when you test it next, you're gonna be pretty close. Okay.
Right.
You won't make as a drastic changes as I did. You know, 15% is a drastic change. All right, but we were pretty high, so we want to bring that down.
Right.
All right, so if you're at like a 3.0, okay, and you want to be between 1.5 and 1.0, you might go down 5%. Okay. You're not gonna go down 15 more.
Right.
Okay. Otherwise, next time you check it, you're gonna be way too low.
Okay.
All right. Once you find that special number, we call it, it generally will ride out all summer. Does that make sense? 8 o'clock,
Right.
pump kicked up to
Automatic.
daytime.
Cool.
Okay.
So we're done here?
Yep. That's it. That's all you have to do once a week. You have to scrub the walls, scrub the steps, empty the skimmer baskets, check the chemicals. All right, and then you're gonna clean the pump basket. You're gonna backwash. Then you're gonna rinse. Then you're gonna go back to filter, and then you're gonna check your salt level. Okay, which you can either do through there by a quick glance if it's good, or you can get a digital readout through here.
Okay.
All right.
And the only thing that is off here is the temperature, you said?
Yes. Yeah. The only thing that's off is the temperature, and those sensors are $60. It's up to you if you want to throw a thermometer in the pool,
Right.
or we can get you a new sensor. It's up to you.
I spent a lot of money this summer,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna save that $60.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. If you
Right.
never look at that, why spend
Yeah.
the money?
No, no.
So,
Okay.